Okay, this is question 3. You can see that we've just hit a D grade if we get question 3 correct, which is very, very good. So pause the video now and have a go. Okay, question A is quite a nice simple one. It says, how much is the fixed charge? The fixed charge means how much is paid before any distance is taken into account. Before the van leaves the depot, how much do you have to pay? So the distance would be 0 because it's a fixed charge. It's the charge before there's a distance, and at 0 it is 10. So the answer, let's just put a highlight there if I can. There we go. So it's that point there. So the answer is just simply 10. So let's write that in 10. And we don't need to add any units because they've already done that in the question. So the answer is 10. Okay. Now it says, Ed uses a van to deliver parcels. For each parcel Ed delivers, it costs £1.50 for each mile. There is no fixed charge. Compare the cost of having a parcel delivered by Bill with the cost of having a parcel delivered by Ed. So for this question, I'm going to zoom in on this. So let's zoom in. Okay, let's just move down slightly. Okay, so it's £1.50 per mile, and I'm just going to, there we go. And there's no fixed charge. So if there's no fixed charge, then the line will start here. If it's £1.50 for each mile, then at 10 miles, it will cost 15, which is just about here. At 20 miles, it will cost 30. You might notice that that's exactly the same as the other one. At 30, it will cost 45. 30 times 1.5 is 45. And what I like to do whenever I'm drawing graphs is do the smallest, which I've done, and the biggest. So 50 times 1.5. So half of 50 is 25, add that on to the 50, makes 75. So the final one will be up here. Okay, and so what I can do now is join those up with a straight line. So get my ruler, no, wrong one. Let's get my ruler, there we are. And let's join those up. Now it says it wants you to describe this. So looking at this, it starts off cheaper. It starts off cheaper up to 20 miles. At 20 miles, it's the same. And then past 20 miles, it's more expensive. You can see the cost is higher than the other one. So let's zoom out again. And I'm just going to quickly draw that in. So if I just clear the screen on that and just draw that in again. So it was 75 here. So we've got a sort of reference point. Okay, so let's try and write in an answer to this. Okay. So it says compare the costs. So we would say, just move this down here. And what is it called? It's Bill. Right, so Ed starts off cheaper than Bill up to 20 miles where they cost the same. After 20 miles, Ed is more expensive. Okay, and an answer like that is absolutely fine. Now, you've got to be careful with these questions because there's an asterisk there. Now, that asterisk there, and let's just highlight that if I can. That asterisk there means that you will get marks for the quality of written communication. It means it matters how you phrase your answer. So read the question again. Always try and make sure you've answered the question. It says compare the cost of having a parcel delivered by Bill with the cost of having a parcel delivered by Ed. Well, I've absolutely answered that question because I've said that Ed starts off cheaper than Bill, because down here it's cheaper, up to 20 miles. There probably should be a space there. Can I be bothered to change it? Yeah, I can. Okay, where they cost the same. After 20 miles, Ed is more expensive. And that is an absolutely acceptable answer, but try and make sure that you write a complete answer which is related to the question. So let's have a look at the mark scheme for this question. So first one is an easy one, it's just 10, and here you can see that they've zoomed in on that part of the graph, and you can see that the Ed is cheaper up to 20 miles and then his goes sailing off. Now the one I drew was up to 50, so if that looks a bit different, that's why. And it needs the answer that Ed is cheaper up to 20 miles, Bill is cheaper for more than 20 miles. Now that's the same as saying Ed is more expensive for more than 20 miles. And there's more detailed explanations there about how you can get the marks. But if you've drawn the graph onto drawn the line onto the graph for Ed's, and written a complete answer such as that answer there, then that will definitely give you full marks. Now, quality of written communication says decision and justification should be clear, with working clearly presented and attributable, which basically means that the statement you write here has to be linked to some sort of working out. And the working out for me is just the line, and that's the easiest way of answering the question. But you can see here that, as I said before, there are different answers there that you can go into, different explanations, or you could just do a table with miles, Ed, Bill, instead of doing it on the graph. But if they've provided you a graph, you might as well use it.